I don't even recognize myself anymore. Now, if you're new to this channel, you're probably thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? And what does he mean, right? Basically, the purpose of my channel is to talk about my spiritual breakthroughs, basically. I've lived most of my life just kind of going with the flow, kind of just doing the things that was assigned to me, not really questioning the script of life. And when you really start to delve deep into what life is really about, and just the fact that this is all just a bunch of, just a script, basically, it starts to eat at your sense of self in a way. And that's what's basically happening to me right now. I look back at, all of the things I've done, and I just really started to, just think about the person I am. And there's one word that kind of describes this feeling: cringe. I just cringe at the person I am. I know it might sound a bit strange, but I don't know. I just feel it's not even just insecurity, because it's not just that, because no matter how much looks or money I get anyway, that's not really going to change this feeling. I think I'm just ashamed of existing. Like, this world is so, disgusting, right? I'm sure we all kind of know that. This world is terrible. It's a disgrace. And I feel like just being alive in this world, being a participant in this horrendous game, it kind of makes me feel embarrassed in a way. And sometimes I'm so focused on the script and just how terrible it is, and I kind of forget that I'm actually a person. You probably don't even know what I mean by that, but basically I forget that, wait, my mind was too hung up on questioning the script and criticizing society with these videos and stuff, that sometimes I'm like, wait, this is who I am? It's a bit weird. I guess you could say I'm dissociating. Did I say that right? I guess you could say that. By the way, this place I'm in right now, low-key, kind of reminds me of, I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of Berserk. Just the medieval aspect of it. So I picked this place to film today, because this seems pretty cool. But anyways, on to the point. I've just started to dissociate a lot within these past couple of months. And again, it comes with the embarrassment of just being human, but I started to question why I am the way I am, the things I do, the way I think, my past, and I just feel really disgusted, man. I feel really disgusted that I'm a human being to begin with. I don't want to be a human being. Do you guys hear this? Do you guys hear all these animals right here? Well, it's just birds and crickets, I guess, but they're a lot more free than I am. They don't have the ability to question, to make these conclusions that, they're ashamed of themselves, or because all they know is survival, all they know is hunting, all they know is pooping, peeing, crapping, and there's really no more meaning to their life other than that. There's really no purpose, I guess you could say. Well, it's the same case with us, but obviously being self-aware, it kind of starts to make things a bit more difficult, which is kind of what I described in my other video, where I talked about how animals, they really only have to worry about physical things, like becoming sick or breaking bones and stuff, but our self-awareness opened us up to a lot more suffering than animals could ever have. And it's truly embarrassing. And I guess another reason why I'm truly embarrassed is that this society is so cringy. Like, the things we worry about in this world, right? We worry about drama, we worry about jobs, we worry about making our next payment. And not to sound narcissistic, but I feel like the way my mind is at this point, I'm just above that kind of stuff, you feel me? Like, the way I became so self-aware, this does sound kind of narcissistic, but I'm not trying to make it sound that way. I'm just trying to say, like, the way I started to learn about life, the way I started to become more hyper aware about our behaviors, and just just the illusions of life starting to shatter, it kind of made me think that I'm above this dumb game. I don't really want to play it, but the embarrassment comes from the fact that I continue to play it. I don't really want to have anything to do with society, to be honest, besides food and stuff. Obviously I need to rely on farmers and stuff, but for food, but I don't really want to participate in this game, is what I meant. And the game doesn't only come from working, the game comes from a lot of things: dating, socializing, making friends, going out to party, going out to do this, doing all that. It's like, I don't really want to do all that, to be honest. You know what I want to do? I just want to relax, because once I found out that this life is completely garbage and meaningless, and this is a game that we built that doesn't really mean anything, yet we still stress over it constantly, I kind of just want to just relax. I don't want to play this game anymore. I seriously am I'm just fed up. I'm fed up. I'm tired of just hearing about anything that goes on in this world. People will be like, oh, politics, Trump this, Trump that, oh, China. I don't care, dude. I don't care. I really don't care. People talk about, like, my brother, for example. I don't hate my brother at all. I don't even dislike him, but one thing he does that really, really, really irks me, because I still live with him. He's a few years older than I am. He always has he always feels the need to tell me about these useless things going on in society, like, oh, did you see what happened on Twitter, this, Twitter, that? And he's like, did you see what happened and doing this, like, on the news? Oh, tariffs, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, dude, I don't care. I don't care at all. I did not choose to play this game. I did not choose to come into this world. And it's like, what value do we even get out of a conversation like that? I even told him, I said, I'm not gonna lie, like, these conversations that we used to have in the past, I kind of just outgrew them. I'm not really interested in hearing about any of this. I'm not interested in basically most conversations nowadays. It's kind of crazy how much I've changed, just within the past year or two, because I just think about the conversations I have with people, and I'm just like, that was so completely and utterly pointless talking about that. What value did we even get from that, Like, oh, someone talks to me about video games? Useless. Someone talks to me about a TV show? Useless. Someone talks to me about their friend drama? Useless. Someone talks to me about bills, school, jobs, all this? Useless. Someone talks to me about girls, dating? Useless. It's like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. And, I've always been a quiet guy, right? Even growing up, when I was in middle school, high school, I was a very quiet individual. I didn't really want to talk to people in school, barely ever talk to people in school, because back then I kind of had, it wasn't more so that it wasn't because of the way I am now, I'd say. Back then, I actually don't know why. I actually think I might have been, like, I guess you call it selective mutism. I might have had that. But now I don't want to talk for completely different reasons. It's just such a useless thing to talk to people nowadays. But even back then, people would ask me, yo, do you speak English, man? Like, why aren't you talking? I'm just like, the entire time I'm like, bro, can these people leave me alone? But then things started to change when I was, like, I guess 18, 19, 20, even 18 to 22, I'd say. I was a bit more talkative. Still kind of an introvert. I mean, still an introvert, but I was a bit more talkative. But now it's just, I've went through that talkative phase, trying to make friends, trying to blend in with everyone else, and now it is all a complete waste of time. I realized that I don't really want to talk to people. For the friends I do have right now, it's kind of crazy because I always consider these people really good friends. And it's nothing really personal. I just wish they would stop talking to me. I just wish everyone would stop talking to me. I don't like my family. I don't like any of them, to be honest, at this point. Like, not even just my parents. I don't like any of them. I don't want to talk to any of them. I'm tired of talking to them. Friends, I hope they disappear. But good thing they're friends, because friendships never last anyway. I literally just want to be left alone in this system. I just want to be left alone to my thoughts. And, you know, I never really thought this way before, but here I am now. I'm literally not even the same person I was 6 months ago. Now, the only thing I want to do is... literally the only thing I want out of this life is... I guess by default I have to say money so I can actually enjoy things. But I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to hang out with people. The only thing I want out of life at this point is enough money. I know, I guess if this YouTube stuff works out, then maybe I can make enough money from that, I guess. Maybe with that, and I guess I have to continue my regular job, but who knows, maybe one day YouTube might be my full-time income, but I highly doubt it, but who knows. But with that being said, if I had the money to just live and to just enjoy life, you know, without having to stress about it, then that's fine. That's really all I need. And, you know, if I ever do become if I ever actually become really successful, like really, really successful, I don't want to share it with anyone. No one's going to touch my money. No one's going to celebrate with me. No one's going to... I don't even want to hear a congratulations, man. I don't want to hear any of that stuff, man. I just want to be left alone, and just getting the amount of money required to be left alone. You know, the journey to get to that point is going to be a really difficult journey. Probably will never happen, but who knows. I just don't want to interact with people, man. I'm tired of it. I mean, that's exactly why I'm in a place like this at 4 a.m. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm here at 4 a.m. on a Monday, I low-key been sleeping all yesterday. And the moment I get to work, I plan on taking a lot of caffeine. I'm gonna just say that. But and this is kind of like my therapy anyways. I just love going outside early in the morning where human beings aren't here, and then just relaxing and chilling. And this is the joy I get out of life. This is the joy I get. But when it comes to the topic of today's video, well, not the topic, but just the title, you know, the fact that I don't recognize myself, I'm just changing. Well, I've kind of changed, but I'm going to keep changing as a person. You know, when I was 18, 19, I always kind of thought, you know, this whole thing about, oh, people only grow their brains fully by 25. I always thought that was BS. I'm like, bro, I don't feel any different, bro. I'm 21 and I'm the same as I was when I was 18. Like, nothing different, but my goodness, was I wrong. They're all right, guys. That is not... Okay, maybe this is just anecdotal, but my goodness, that was right. My goodness. Because I never thought I would get to this point where this entire life just feels like a complete game. I mean, it is a game, but this entire life and everything I've ever known was a script. It was a play. And I never thought I'd get to a point where I would just cringe at my entire existence up until now. Because that's what it was. My entire existence before this was cringy as hell. Cringe, man. I cringe every time I think about it. Being 18 years old, being 19 years old, Still in the game, still in the script, not even knowing I was in the script, still being depressed about stupid things that don't matter. Oh, when am I gonna get a girlfriend? When am I gonna do this? I'm gonna be a failure in life. I've mentally checked out of all that. I don't care. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I just don't care. My goodness, it's dark out here. I don't even know if you guys can see. But, yeah, I kind of outgrew all that nonsense. Obviously, I'm still going to be affected by the system and, you know, the whole job market thing, which I will make a video about pretty soon. But the whole job market thing, it's still going to affect me. But I guess you could say being aware that this is all a meaningless game, I guess you could say it softens the blow a bit. Because, you know, isn't it just really absurd? You're thrown into a life. You're told, all right, now you're here, do this, or you suck at life. And then you play by the rules, and then you don't really receive the results that you expected. In my case, I never really got that high-paying job. I mean, $45K a year job is pretty much all I got after going to college. And, I mean, I can make more still. I mean, I can, and I will eventually. But I haven't really been looking these days, to be honest, because I don't know. I just haven't been feeling the mood to do so. But I will eventually. Basically, my point is, I don't really care about this stuff anymore. And people are gonna obviously judge me, be like, hey, look at that guy, he only makes $45K a year, what a loser. And you know, that doesn't affect me anymore. I feel like realizing that this life is a joke and it doesn't really mean anything, it really softens the blow of any sort of judgment or criticism, you know? Because when someone judges me for my looks, right, I don't really care anymore. I used to care, but now I don't really care because I know I wasn't really, I mean, it's not like I asked for this, you know? I didn't ask to look like this. And I just kind of laugh it off. I just laugh it off how we live in a world where your entire character is judged by something that is, you know, something that you can't even control. And when it comes to just judging people because they didn't meet certain criteria, certain expectations from society, once again, it doesn't really affect me as much because I just don't care. I don't care about society's games. I don't care about society's rules. None of it means anything to me because I realized, wait, this is just an irrelevant game that doesn't really matter. Like, we judge each other based off of all these things, and in the end, we're all going to the same destination. The exact same destination. Whether you have a 6-figure job, whether you have a 7-figure job, whether you have a 30K a year job, there is no winning in this game because we're all gonna die. So, if you're someone that's still deeply insecure because you don't meet society's expectations, I understand your pain, dude. I understand your pain. But let me tell you this. This is not a race, you feel me? You can eventually do whatever you want to do. Don't take whatever people say seriously because, again, this is still a meaningless game. But even though it's a meaningless game, you still need money to, you know, to have a fun life. And if you want to have a fun life, I mean, shit, I kind of lost my train of thought. You still need money to have a fun life, so do whatever it takes to get money. Work at your own pace, not society's pace that they expect you to work. Just stop caring, man. Just stop caring. It's kind of ridiculous, ain't it? By the way, this is a lovely view. This is insane. I don't know if you guys can see that geyser down that John, but I don't think you guys can. But anyways, let's continue the walk. Low-key, I feel good right now. Even though I'm talking about some, I guess you could say, depressing things, I low-key feel kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of my favorite videos I've made so far, even though I'm just rambling. But one thing I want to touch on before I end this video is just the whole family thing I was talking about, the whole friends thing. So weird. Like literally 2 months ago, I never thought like this, dude. I would still talk to my family and friends just the same way I always talk to them, you know? I didn't really ever think I would outgrow them. And some people might think, oh, you just didn't have the right people around you. I don't think so, to be honest, because the friends I do have right now, I think they are the right people. Because all the friends that weren't the right people, I kind of cut them off already. I only kept a few around, you know, the few that I actually wanted. But even now, when I look at them, it's nothing really personal. It's just, again, this whole game of being a human, this whole game that we made, it just cringes me so much. I just am very hyper aware about our behaviors and the way we interact with each other. And I can't get this feeling of, hey, are we only doing this just so we can fulfill our own selfish desires? So guys, my camera literally just fell out while I was talking. So, and I kind of lost my train of thought anyway. So I'm gonna just end the video right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. And by the way, I'm literally gonna put out a video tomorrow, because I'm about to film another video right now. So, because why not? Why the hell would I not film a video right now again? So expect to see that tomorrow at around 12 to 1 p.m. My goodness, I can't talk. 12 to 1 p.m. You know, expect another video at that time. And I'm gonna do it at the same damn place. Literally right after I'm filming this one, I'm gonna record the next one. So take care, guys. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow.